gets enough signal, and we won't have to worry about anything. I wanted to get like a really cheapo computer and like this really expensive camera to put up there so we could like put it back there and watch over, and then we could use the computer to chat.
Yeah. That would be a good situation.
I'm trying to lure a gentleman who will be a patron, I would hope, one day. Alright. Sweet. Ah, my water's still here. Great.
Yeah, I didn't toss it. Take that thing apart.
So, I'm thinking about Arma New Year's Bash.
I'm getting the VLC this week. Yeah.
Well, good stuff. I mean, you're going
You
to
still have it, but yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about for next year.
Yeah.
It's too late. A little too late for New Year's Bash.
Right.
But I'm thinking that we mess around with some bludgeoning implements. And since it's New Year's and we're not tyrants, we'll let our nerds bring lightsabers to play with at midnight.
They want to.
But I figure we could get like an Armatoberfest, and we party, but the thing of the day, we come to blows.
We must go to news.
Hello to people. Welcome. Oh no. Oh God, no. As I try to find and fail to.
So, hopefully.
All your helpful donations shall go to this endeavor. We're still getting stuff prepared. As I've been telling you guys throughout this entire endeavor with me, blacksmithing is about preparation. And spontaneity. Feel free to share this with anyone. I don't care.
Gentlemen. I gotta buy it.
Yes. Some things we'll be doing. We definitely gonna sync this event someday. Comes up just below my elbow.
Oh yeah,
I'm short.
that anvil's much taller than
That piece of crap we had.
the other one.
Yes. I threw it in the shame corner.
I put it outside.
Like an abandoned orphan. If there's orphans watching, we wouldn't abandon you. Probably. We're not Spartans. Oh, someone did tell me about a good, another, like, sword furnace.
Yeah.
To possibly get. It was like $200. And a post-like device that is a craft and would totally be ours instead of belonging to me.
Oh. That'd be nice.
That gentleman has not messaged or called me about getting any of it back. I'm waiting. I'm expecting the day he goes, hey, it's been so long, here, have it. That's what I'm expecting. Partially. I think today, since the next parts of the stats I'm starting is going to be the longest and most boring, and I can't do it on a day that I might go back to work the next day, because I like to sleep, is start the next blank. This is a 5160 steel. Given to me by the gentleman who sold me that lovely anvil there. Hello and welcome, new person. I don't think anyone said anything yet, which is stop zooming in. I'm sorry, my phone is not friendly with me right now.
So,
Yes, sir. I got some pretty cheap ones in Cobalt. I mean, they're not amazing. They will shatter and splatter your face.
yeah, that's
But they're new.
not really great things. Pretty good chatters.
I showed them some of the parts of the projects you've been working. So that way they know they can get cooler stuff. Are you out?
I have no more.
Would you like to play with some of my 5160? We can pinch it off.
Hitch it off. I got a grinding dick.
Yeah. Just don't have a cut this.
If I really wanted to, I could
prep ready right there.
Yeah, it's real thin.
Yeah.
Just the thick part.
Yeah.
Kind of want to use the link on the porch. You know what I'm saying?
True. You want some girth in there. I know. It's all about the girth and the length. Kind of the whole piece, honestly.
Sorry. I'll do it later.
This is a very important blacksmith test, the wiggle test. Make sure it doesn't jiggle. Alright. First piece is in. Now the stuff begins. Hello and welcome any new people. I didn't see anyone join except chat going at the moment. But yeah, thank you for the like. I do think we should probably put some nails on it. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Some close pins on there.
About 4 inches too tall.
So short. For either of us, we need different heights. Ooh, we can engineer something cool.
Putting it down on the mat and then standing on the wood.
True.
That'd give me a couple inches.
That it would give you a couple inches. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the likes. Like, share, subscribe. Feel free to shill it wherever you may.
They actually hear us.
Yes, they can.
Wow.
Chat, can you hear me? Speak up if you can. If you can't, continue to stare at me. Give me your delicious views. I don't know. Can you hear me? Ah, there we go. But it won't let it stay up. I don't know why. Someone said hi. We have 6 people. Outstanding. Back to your holster you go. I don't care if you can see it on camera. I don't care. Right? You don't know what's in this. It's num-nums. It's coffee. Because this is a Christian Minecraft server. What do you got there? Oh! This looks like stuff we use in AutoCAD. Is it stuff we use in AutoCAD?
Wax.
That's it? Yeah, what are you using it for?
Casting.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? My friend has luscious wax for casting. I'm going to try desperately to get him to start his own YouTube channel.
We'll see about that.
Whenever he figures out a name for his show. He shot down my SNS. Apparently, that could be considered too extreme. But yes. I'm trying. I don't know if it's going to get that center hot enough. There's a heat difference. Don't worry about that.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Nothing is going awry. But there is a heat difference with our new forge. We're tweaking things, so you're learning as we go.
Alright, so it's pulling harder from this side now.
Yeah.
And maybe that's going to push more that way.
It does seem to be shrinking that gap between the parts between the two burners. I did try to get someone to possibly be willing to fabricate us for trade a 3-burner.
That would be fun. Alright. We'll see how that goes.
Alright, so we've noticed that there was a heat difference between 2 ends of the bar that we just put in. The forge is new. We haven't toyed with one of these yet. But we've adjusted it so that way we'll see if we can get an even heat throughout the bar. The more even it is, the more reliable any working with it will be. So that way it's not too cold in one spot or too hot in one spot. It's a learning thing.
Learning.
Stop looking so nervous. They have confidence.
We know what we're doing.
Someone in the chat. Oh. Killing Joke sent someone. Tony Taurus. Okay, there we go. So, everyone in the chat, welcome again. I have some technical difficulties because we don't get signal out here for crap. Oh, thank you, new subscriber of Loki Lofacin. Lofacin. 7th person joining. It is veteran owned. It is American owned. So, we're loud and obnoxious, and we make big jokes. That's a little better.
It started sputtering for a second.
Yeah.
So I gave it a little more air.
Again, this is a trial and error phase of the new forge. We would show you, but you wouldn't be able to see into it, so just take our word on it. Have I led you astray before? No. The answer is no. And I will kill any man that says otherwise. That's a lot better, actually. Well, it could also because I've pushed it off one end.
Put it back.
Don't judge me. Like all the other previous stuff, like, share, subscribe. We'll continue. I'm going to need to get, as my friend, make sure that I'm near the open flames. It's his plot. He knows he's in my wisdom.
You cook. I get everything.
But it's not a whole lot to drill fries and it's another 10 minutes.
I'll take what I can get.
Fuck you all. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, where's my hammer?
Oh no. Sounds a lot different.
Try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a piece of steel.
Yes, sir.
I had a piece of 1075 later.
You had a 1075 blade.
Huh?
You had a 1075 blade.
I had a piece of 1075 stock sitting around. I haven't gotten into yet.
I have not seen that yet.
It was the one I did the forge with.
Yeah?
Yeah. Frick happened to it.
There's so much stuff here. I'm sure your lovely wife will tell you.
Yeah.
I've not seen that. Would you also like a bar?
Let me see if I can find one of my own real fast. I might
Most.
just
Go ahead.
hit you up.
Alright. Most smiths love working with a specific type of metal that they're used to working. A lot of them don't like experimenting with new stuff because it functionally will be different in the fact of how it will shape and form. Some are easier to forge than others. Some are exceptionally hard. Like we have some AR-500 outside. I've not really messed with it too much. It gets a little tacky when it heats up really. But it's kind of fun to shape once you get it going.
We should keep this down.
Alright. it off. That'll be so dramatic. We can get you another one. Ha! There's a spot full of scales underneath the stand. You can't see it because we're not showing it. There. What, your stock is? Oh, you're free. So that's part of it. As a set preparation team. And we weren't very prepared today. I wasn't when I first walked in. That feels a little lower. It's just a hair lower. My fist is no longer just in the belly.
I can work from here.
Yeah.
That's just about right for me.
Nice.
Who's in your audience?
A little bit. Sometimes they tell me they like it from the back sometimes. But, oh, God. Alright, we're having two.
Just kind of.
Well, it's going to have that weight on it, too.
You can stand right here.
Yeah.
Take it. Work it.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's good.
Alright. Gotta get him into streaming somehow. Feel different to you?
Yeah. I don't feel like I have any advantage on it where it is right now. I got the same advantage there as I had here.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like we're gaining anything there.
It's never losing anything.
You are standing right next to the fire.
The only disadvantage about being there is there's a longer out the fire takes you pretty good too. It's not cold. Well, that's cool.
I don't know, man. It's probably better right here, honestly.
Well,
That's weird.
that's the start of the burn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backstories in this shop you don't know.
That's too nice.
Few knives. Indeed. At least the cleanup efforts usually.
Probably gonna hit some. Wanna screw with it?
I'll use that for my lighting when I clean up real close.
Yeah. You want this light on or off?
You can turn it off. It doesn't let the porch light go too far. And I can see it a little easier. Dramatic. That was my buddy Andy. He's a really cool dude. I also help sell a lot of his wares, so if you would, feel free to come or message me on Twitter. If you have any questions real quick while I'm just reading, please let me know. And I'll attend to you. Looks like I need to put this in. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. It does do that a lot. Sorry, you're done. I can tell you right now, this nuke for Sorry guys, I have no sweet apps for you, but I will put on my muscle tee. I'm sure Sir Adamantite would love to have seen that at first, but that's how it goes. Let's get to foraging, shall we? Possibility of this being right now. Oh, turning it into a long little clip point. I really don't need the other burner at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and that at this time. Well, yeah, we're going to try to take that and make it into something nice. Maybe a couple knives, 2 or 3 knives. I like to do a little bit longer pieces, but that's just me. So while I wait for that to do its thing, and heat this one up, you know what? I should probably leave it on. Because it's going to heat it up faster. Like I said, it's got a bad problem. As well as a few other things. Yes, I just lit this off the forge. Probably lost a couple pounds of beard. But I'm loving the new anvil. It's doing good. It's doing good stuff. Sounds a lot different. You can ask Alfred if he watches it. I'm sure you guys at home can tell the difference too. And the sound of it. It is a little bit louder, and I should probably consider in the near future getting some ear protection. And I will. Eventually. When I go deafer. It is a lot higher than the last anvil as you heard me and him talking. So it does add a little bit of challenge on me for this because I am shorter than him. Even then, that's still a little too high. It's almost parallel to me torso-wise. So it's going to be a little bit different for me to hit it. I can't get a full extension down as if it was a lower set anvil. So I have to improvise a few different things. I might have to hit a little bit more. Or change how I'm swinging altogether. So, all in all, it's still a good forge. It's still a good tool. Ah. There we go. Aha! I have tinnitus. Not from this, but from other stuff. I probably shouldn't be drinking just coffee. so much material to work, and I don't feel like making a really short knife. I'm going to bring the rate back a little bit more here, if I'm making a sense. If not, this is a good start to a different type of knife. And I'm thinking I might try my hand at it. Normally I would say no, I'm not going to do that. Normally. But since we forge, maybe something new. A little bit. Just a smidge. It is hot. Alright. Let me hang his hammer. Shoutout here. I may in the future take one of our other refractory bricks and set it inside. Because like I said, there's still like a big of a gap in heat between the two burners. You would think that being it's enclosed and refractory, but there is. So it's going to take it a little bit longer to heat up than originally anticipated. So those of you who are used to this and have been part of my streams before know it takes time. Should have worn my belt. My muscle shirt keeps riding up. However, the rest of you, please feel free to share this video's link with whomever to join you in, I hope, some enjoyable content. This far away and I'm still getting like minor burning. It's probably about 3.5, 4 foot away. Thank you, Count. You can always be my apprentice or / assistant anytime. Cool it down a little bit before I show you guys more. Alright, so you can kind of see the profile. If it was going to be this way, we'd obviously want to bring that tip up, make a clip. But, however, we could also make a fairly decent size for this. And we're going to probably end up doing it. To be fair with you, it's the one thing I'm most comfortable making and most likely ready to. Throw it back in there for a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're working on right here and now. Been wanting to get in the forge all week since the last time I was here, last stream. Usually between streams, I might come in and put around a little bit, tinker with some handle materials. Oh. Also, check out the other failed attempts at starting the stream to find everybody I was giving a shout out to, because I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But this is later on, because once we start working on her blade, I'm not likely to be doing other stuff. Now, Andy he might be doing other things, but I will need him when we start doing the pattern weld for it. So we're going for a feathered look. But she mentioned she liked red ring-tailed hawks. I think I'd pronounce that animals. Anyway. I just lost my train of thought. Yes. I mean, there's composite stuff that people make together. Yeah, you can use them. I mean, it's not going to stop you from doing anything. Sorry, tinnitus. leaning towards more of the sax. So we're going to go with the sax. I got to bring the tip down a little bit more. I can leave it as chunky as it is right there because of all the compression we just did to it. But we're going to make sax as per usual. Now I can get about 4 or 5 knives out of that. Because you can draw the metal out. It'll be thin, but sometimes you don't need girth. Sometimes. With a stand. So we do have, or try to stick something else on fire. But I'm excited. Good anvil, better forge. Ah, something else. I made this and the sheath for a friend of mine who goes by Chino, XG4L, who runs a lovely little Discord on Twitch, as well as some YouTube stuff, if I remember correctly. I believe it's mostly Twitch stuff. Go ahead and check him out. Just check out Gino G4L, and you should find him pretty easily. Good guy, sweet guy. He has a rabbit named Loki, which is kind of cool. And yeah. But I'm gonna try to send this out hopefully Friday. Okay, I've been way slack on sending stuff out like I should be. It'll definitely have a good thrusting point when we're done. That's something else I'd like to get into sometime in the near future is getting the proper jigs and whatnot to make daggers. Appropriate daggers, 2-edge daggers. You can make single-edge daggers. It's not hard. Most people will mistake it for a knife, or there will be other people who term it a knife. There's different features and characteristics that make knives, and they're subtle. The difference between a Messer or a Kriegsmesser or a Kriegmesser and a Falchion is indeed just the handle. One has a knife's handle, the other has a sword's hilt and sword handle. Differences historically between the two. Now again, like I said, some scholars will say there's no real difference, or they're not even closely the same. They are. How they function, and that's a different story. Over there correcting the rest of the stock metal is because I'm like keeping everything straight until I have to break it off or cut it off. So that way the next piece I don't have to do any extra work to straighten it back out or to correct any twists or bends. stuff that I could be doing outside of this while waiting for that to work. But I don't know. Except for drinking coffee and talking to you fine people. Which is not a bad thing. Oh, I got something I can do while I wait for that to heat up again. Simple stick, yes. I believe I think it was one of the streams, either 2 or 3, I was talking about rondelles, primarily stabbing weapon, because it looks like an ice pick, about yay long. Sometimes a little shorter, sometimes not. But if you flip it over, you have a nice baton. I had to make sure no one was asking something. But if you ever got interested in sword fighting, I recommend learning the two-handed longsword first, because it will open up the doors to the other stuff. Teaching both hands to work together. Just for you, Addie. Speaking of it, back to work. Starting with two-handed weapons. Curses being too short. But as I say, two-handed weapons teach both hands to work together in unison. So when you move them apart with 2 different weapons, they both know how to move together and defend and attack at the same time, depending on which hand you're using. Just as easily using a sword and buckler, you defend with your sword as you strike. How do you choose? For one-handed weapon, you gotta be super aggressive and constantly moving, as with any weapon. I don't mean like jittery movement, I mean like meaningful movement, like moving for the next cut, moving out of step from a cut, coming into different types of fighting too. Our first indication of where we're going to stop the knife to make the tang. Like I tell everybody, I'm going to do a lot of knives to be blanks, and then if we have a 2 or 3 day window from my day job so I can be in the shop more, I'll let you see the process of going through all of it, from polishing wood to sanding everything down to polishing the steel, from start to finish that way. Mostly because it's long to grind down everything, kind of just getting everything done. So that's why I've been making like blanks like these, and kind of in preparation. So I've made so far, we'll have a day where I finish it. So that way you guys can see everything else. Like notice there's a slight leaning this way. That's fine. That's just where the metal itself is, so I'm going to trail down with my hammer blows. But that's normal. Alright, so what we're going to continue to do is that fat little nose right there. I'm going to hammer on it a bit more to bring that top part of that bump back towards the spine, hopefully kind of just smoothing her back out to follow the trail that we made. From there, we can work on finding our tang, and then from that point, we start beveling an edge. The main reason why it's starting to... So anyone that's joined recently, welcome to Sultan's Forge. And this is what I love doing. I'd love to do more of it. Oh no! But yes, I try to interact with you guys the best I can while I'm waiting on stuff to finish. Actually, the heat's starting to hit my hands when it gets about a foot to 2 foot away. It's hard to gauge, because I'm not putting a ruler, nor am I going to take a tape to it. Maybe when it's off, I'll tape. But right here is where I start feeling my skin start to burn a bit. So right there is a couple of spots. You remember before, during like the second or first stream where I was super cold, like where it was like right in here was the sweet spot. Right now, right here is the sweet spot. But, ladies and germs. Like I said before, to anyone that's new, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions don't really mean anything, so go ahead and hit that little bell, and you'll know when I'm doing it. Follow me on Twitter, you'll also know when I'm doing it, or any of the Discords I'm a part of. Blah, 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 blah. I might be persuaded later to start my own Discord, and start sending you guys that want to know about stuff to that. Cracking. Field your questions now, so I may answer them. Or say general things in chat, I don't care. Either way. Welcome, person, to the stream. 4%. I don't know if you're watching this with like a group of people or not. Yeah, we're probably going to need these. problem, but don't know what to do for you guys. So, we got no point. Will be the tip of the knife. You know what I mean. Sorry. A little bit. But we're going to work on that towards that end. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make a nice drop back here. But that's the idea we're working with. So anyway, thank you for staying, keeping me company. Oh, and Kadun, if you're still here, let me know if you and Dog are going to be doing any IRS streams. I'd be more than happy to join. I'll try to stay as long as I can. I don't know if I'm working tomorrow because it might rain, it might not. Roofing is a very fickle field during rainy seasons. Also, don't forget to check out Doc Griffin in the mornings with the IRS streams. Who else? Don't forget the radio show. You'll learn some things about some stuff, as well as hear some fantastic music. Check out the wonderful artist is Blackout. Who else? Kadun, help me out. I know you like being lazy, but I need you, buddy. Hello, and welcome to the stream. I see there's yet another person. I'll make me take you out of the holster. There we go. Wasn't charging. That's fine. It's vibrating. Nice. Nice. But yes. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Making saxes. It's really saxy. Alright, I'll leave the jokes to the comedians and the parody people. They're good at that stuff, not me. Good at swinging hammers and swords and stuff. I know for a fact my will is stronger than this bar is sealed, so it's going to be what I want it to be. It will or it won't, but it certainly will. Water's good. Oh man, I'm out. Should have eaten dinner. But yes. While I wait for that to reheat, field any questions. Give a shout out to one of your friends. Let me know who I should be featuring it towards the end once I do the post-stream editing. I'm happy to help out any other channel, big or small. I mean, the bigger ones don't really need my help, but I'm always happy to help them. Something that stuck with me after my stint in the service. Shoulders get stiff after a while. I doubt there's any new messages, but hey, never hurts to check. And it would work, so I'll check all those after you're all gone, so I can cry. I don't know. I'm starting to really wish, though, I did have a beer. I know it's really far over there and you can't really see too much of me working, but that's how it goes. I really do wish I had a beer, though. Or some mead. Oh. My kingdom for the best bottle of mead. It would be worth it. Taps are correct me of the process I got on the other side. Kind of trying to make the transitions between from the tips to the front as gentle as I can, so that way everything's a little bit even. Oh yes. Another person you should check out. Lo-Fi on YouTube, as well as is a good one. Third Out of Maintain is a good one. Any Stream the House Could Done is a good one. My Right Prostate. I don't know Tennessee Marine that well, but why not? It's a name that popped up in my mind. These are all really good channels to check out. Some of most, if not some, I'm actually subscribed to myself. Take that with a grain of salt. Oh, Rackets Network. Adonis Paul, always funny. Sounds like David Tell to me, but that's just me. And those of you who did not hear it whenever he speaks, now you'll actually kind of sort of hear it. Ask when I do a Dave Attell impersonation, you'll be like, damn, that's spot on. little heat. We're gonna go ahead and try to paint it a little bit. Oh yes, another good one. Pinoy, pretty funny guy. I hear Blind Press is really good. I don't know if I watched their content. It sounds like a lovely lady. Miss Murder's on some interesting stuff with SCP stuff, horror genre in general. Alfred is another good one. Alfred Keith, my blacksmith brother there. We're going to be working on something together soon-ish. It'll be a little bit different because I won't be streaming during that time that I'm working with him. And it will be broken up into episodic things. Because we'll both have to do something, and you'll see. It's a little cheesy, I know, but you'll see it. That's the point. I really wish I had music right now, but at the same time, I don't want to get copyright struck. So bizarre. So I'm playing all my favorite songs in my head. The one place YouTube can't go. That I'm happy with it. Be a nice sharp pointy stabby stabby. I always advocate people have nice sharp pointy stabby stabbies. It's like tradition. Every human is at some point. I just don't have the means to do everything. I know some of you are probably used to super long streams, but at the same time, I don't have the time to do super long streams myself. I would love to, kind of. But I'd need like food and someone to bring me water and meat occasionally. But other than that, yeah. Sort of like how work takes up a lot of my time and not in a good way. Try to get that light not to be so vicious. Yeah, that's just gonna make my cord twitch out. Battery die. Yeah, I fight with this thing a lot. Like, you think I do streams just like that? No, I mess around with this thing a little bit. What is in my glove? Huh. Apparently part of my glove has been melted on the inside. That's okay, though. No pain is too great to help you learn something possibly about smithing. Besides, I gotta practice for whenever I eventually have the blacksmith and nightshade build. Coming in here and smaller enough, or small enough. I am a professional. I've done these things before, not on stream. So we're gonna work with what we got until we have nothing left, and then we're gonna go scrapping for the rest. Now, the problem with what I'm doing right now is it's actually bunching that metal from that wasting it down, is thickening it out because of its compression on its side. This metal, 5160, is not so bad. It's kind of soft. I don't know if it's mild steel. I didn't test it, which I should have tested it on a grinder. But here's what I enjoy those, or railroad spikes rather, sorry, not rails, is a little tedious because there's so much mass to move. But it can be fun. There's certain things you can do with it. There's some things that seem like it's almost mandatory to use it. Almost. Fix that as we go. Most of my tanks end up almost being a spine tank. Cadunt said, oh, thank you. I need to get something that I can see you guys talk to me without having to lift this up and move this damn cable. I need to get a beater computer or something. Ah! Don't mind me, don't you? It's mostly me, because I gain and lose latency from the cell phone tower that's not getting to me. Yes, I've considered it, but again, most of the time I'm going to be here, if not back, staring at you guys. Getting here, you're going to hear nothing but tang, tang, tang right there in the mic. So, it's a little harder to hear me because the new forge is pushing out a lot. And the new ringing of the anvil. It's not as quiet as it was. But if you really want to hear it, I'll do it. But I'll need to get like some Bluetooth thing. Because I'm not dragging the phone with me near the fire. That's just, no. I don't have a new one yet, so no. Okay. Yes, I know I'm bleeding in. To anyone in the future watching this, I know. I have to read past a little hump that's right here. And it's hard to see. Don't you judge me, future viewer. It's a Galaxy. Yeah, I know there's some really good, but usually they're expensive. And as I said before, I am a poor boy. Oh, one day I'll have a proper camera setup. This is super hot, super hot, super hot, super hot. I'm adjusting the forge to concentrate more heat. Yeah. Oh, I know there's poorer people than me. I do not have Streamlabs. Well, I can't. Actually, no, I do have Streamlabs. I just keep forgetting that habit. Because nothing I'm doing in the shop or making money in the shop goes to me as a person. It goes to Stallman's Forge. Like, it comes here. Like, nothing I do out in the shop goes outside the shop. Everything comes back here. So it's like one of those, like, I've always had to feel like I constantly gotta remind people, if you donate, it's not to who I am, Russell Brown, but to Stallman's Forge. I know I'll put it in later. Just remind me. I will forget between now and when I go home. Break her off about halfway what we're making a tank, because I don't need a tank, but like, man, that big. It'll be a bigger knife than some people would want, I suppose. But sacks are pretty universal with what they're useful for. I mean, they're not really super duper onto everything else. Yes, I'm sweating. You can't tell because of that light right there. You are godsend. But they're pretty good for everything else, roughly. Need that much hanging out. Put that burner right on that right there. So yeah. But my friend Andy might start also streaming with me in the way of like him coming on and doing some of the stuff with me or by himself. Which part of the thing was I wanted to hire him to work for me. As one does his friends. Keep it a little higher, but as soon as I go high, it's like it makes the boot pocket kind of thing. I don't know how you women do it. But anyway, getting off point. I was going to hire him at some point when I got enough money through PayPal Snafu and have him full-time working with me so I could also full-time work. Because if I could full-time Smith, be a dedicated camera on basically all the time. Like as soon as the timer hits, but set a timer so I can turn off the stream, flip on to the next one, or however it works, I'd have just one going. So whenever I actually leave the forge, done for the day, I can turn it off, start smithing, and continue on with my life. But for the most part, that's what I want to do. Is get good enough, entertain you guys properly, with my witty banner, my so great jokes. They give you something to do. Like, whenever I do Weeaboo's sword, that'll be a fun day. Well, that's going to be a long one, all in of itself. Attack me, will you? In the fire you go. Owie. That hurt. I'm okay. But yeah. Apparently people smell like bacon. Because that hit me off the fast food. No, really, that's be happy that I smell like bacon. Sweat on my knees. Should walk away from here too. No. Too much work to be done to just go do other stuff. What do you mean? This? Or this? When did I? Oh, I was looking at my arm. Yeah, I can tell. Like, you tell me and I'll do it for you. You pick the pose. I'm here for you. But first and foremost, though, the medal's ready. Saying, you won't let me do the thing. Do the roar. I can't see chat except me. That's it. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? There, your moment has passed. That looked a lot bigger than it does in real life. Oh my god. That's what she said. Oh! Burn myself! Yeah. Metaphorically, and I did physically. I mean, literally. I'm not a wordsmith, I'm just a bladesmith. Oh. getting very, very close to what we want. It looks really ugly. Alright. I can't look at it right now or else it'll stop the stream. But do remember, I do try to put on a professional front. Just so you know. However professional I can be. Which is a lot if I really, really tried, but it is what it is. Welcome, new person, to Solve Storage, number 4.35. We had a lot of false starts. Yeah. But can you verify that, Kadant? Can you even verify it? Bet you can't. It was said, yes. It was told by me, yes. But can you verify for a fact that it's 100% factual? Or are you as good as a left-wing reporter? Oh, I'm just fucking with it. You know I'm just fucking with you. I'm not worried about it. What's the worst, stripper jokes? Also a little scary. So that one flying out, good chance. Could have got hit with it. No one likes a blacksmith that's burned the fuck up. I mean, that's not necessarily true. Their family still loves them. Done. Is it an out of context tweet? Or did you just give him context to it? No context? Nice. Probably is. He probably is pleased. He's pleased to get anything, honestly. I don't know if you mean like Internal Revenue Service, or if you mean like the Insomniac Ramble stream. Welcome back, third person. I'm pretty sure that's just someone on their mobile computer thing going on. So yeah. Ah, okay, yeah. Well, context is always good. Fuck, I wish I had some more water. I'm half tempted to leave this going, but at the same time, 5160 does keep heat pretty well. But I'm not sure if it's retaining the heat and maintaining a good structure or internal structure while hitting it. Well, we're learning together, so we'll find out. So far, it's been okay. So far. And like most steels, though it is retaining the heat really well, as it cools down, it does get harder. So go figure. Yes, I am actually avoiding looking directly into the camera's lens. What time is it even? Dang, it's only 8. Feels like it's been longer. Alright, there we go. You'll have to pardon me for just a moment. Yes, I'm Central Time. Tell you what, I'll do loads of poses for you after stream. And I've already checked the time. It's only 8:39. Or probably about 8:40 now, I guess. Just enough, honestly. I mean, I'd feel confident making a small-handled one, but at the same time, I'd have to make the knife blade a little bit smaller. Probably like 2 to 3 inches shorter. But I'm going to go ahead and try to draw that out to about a 2-inch tang. Should be able to do pretty well. Probably about like that much. We'll see. Somebody tell me a funny story. Keep me motivated. Oh, I know I got it. It's no big deal. Getting called something like Wayland is also a fairly large compliment for a smith, or should be, in my opinion. Similar to getting called Vulcan, ironically. Not the brand that I'm being represented by, but they're pretty good clothes. Vulcan makes some good stuff. I'm also equally happy that the light bleeds out my tattoos, so that's another benefit. Last thing I need is some kind of crazy wild claim in case some weird, deranged individual trails through like a bajillion people, finds me looking pretty normy, and then goes like, oh, I got something. God, that'd be annoying as shit. Oh, well, I think about it. Who is in here? Ting ting. Oh, little ting ting. Oh, you were sing sing? Was there bling bling? And ding ding. Ladies. But still, that's pretty cool. Yes. Oh, you guys already know, but check out Magog. Oh, really? What were all your nicknames? That's what she said. That's it in the story now. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. Ping, ping. Ding, ding, dits. Cling, cling. Ching, ching. Bling, bling. Ping, ping. Ing, ing. Was it now answer this question for me. Because John brings up a good point, you and the other women Asian? That's something we all want to know. I still think ding ding nice. You want you to be still. That's my still need 4 seconds to break it all off. Yes. So let's go ahead and keep that back up to working on that. Yeah. I should have ate something. Well done. This has been very illuminating. I shall stave off hunger with another cancer stick. So we have brought this a little bit better. We just need about that much more, and then break it off, and I'll have enough little tank to do whatever else needs to be done. find some water. And because the propane is finally starting to freeze over on itself, which will cause the forge to sputter and lose heat. It's fine. I considered going to one of the rent fairs near me, but they said I can't play with my swords, and there's already a smith there, and I don't want to tread in any toes. Might have to see when they're not going to be there so I can be the smith at that rent fair. Right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for tonight. Sadly, I need to get some grind blades so I can actually cut the tang off. It'll make it so much easier to work once I have that. Till then, it'd be a pain in the ass, and I'm not currently equipped to handle that right now. But fear not. We will have more in the coming days. As work allows, I will post more. Soonish, we'll be probably doing some videos. But I'm not done streaming. I told everybody in the first description that I would be discussing future projects. So you can leave if you want to, John. It's just me going to be rambling on about stuff. So you can watch it later if you really, really, really want to. So it's all good. But, let me pull up a chair. Alright, so, let's begin. Alright, so, besides the people I've mentioned all throughout today, it's going to freak out if I do that, apparently. Or do that. Some stuff going to Stalvin's Forge is going to be some actually fun stuff to see what projects are going to be coming up in the next few months. Now, these are going to be starts of these projects. This is not the deadline. Mostly because, as you saw, we have very limited tools. Besides a couple things, we have a bandsaw we need to get fixed again, and a drill press for whenever we start doing pinning. He does pinning. I don't. I do burn throughs when I can. And that's something I'll be learning to do as well, is do pinning. We still have the goal of trying to get a shop, which he will be working on as well. And once we get the shop, we gotta find one that can support a power hammer, because that's our next big purchase. Is a power hammer or a trundle hammer if we can build it, as well as a 3-burner forge, because we got the 2-burner, 2.5 feet long, which is great. Very good, very good. But for me to work on big projects like short swords or something like that, we might need the extra length. And it won't be as long, it'll be just as long, I should say. But I will need the 3rd burner to keep everything even, especially working with swords. Everything's got to be perfect in the sense of maintaining control of the weapon. Because the longer it is, the harder it is to keep everything correct. And that's why it's so time consuming to make swords. And while I start these projects, especially the long ones like Weeaboo's sword,
Uh, those things will take time to do, and will be something you'll see me doing a lot of. There'll be a few streams where you see me doing nothing but polishing the damn thing, because that will take hours, if not days. Mostly because I'll be cobbling together stuff I can use, or buying secondhand, or trying to find someone to do some kind of trade with. Now I'm still open to take commissions, obviously. I mean, it won't be machine perfect, but it will be handmade. And we can discuss stuff like materials, whether or not you want a sheath, and we'll move from there. I do have a friend who does carpentry, so if you do want something a little bit intricate on the handle, that will jack up the price because he's really good. I'm not. So if you want to try, we'll try. I'm not good at it though. I can make it handle shaped. A handle shaped handle. I can't put like something cool in it, like a dragon on the side. But dogs are going crazy out there. But that's what we got going on right now. Besides the people I've been shouting out for, because I think they deserve some good credit. I have not. That's something that's on my to-do list. I'm building up enough repertoire and bodies of work to show them where I'm at skill-wise, so they don't waste their time trying to reteach me something that I should know or should have gotten down by now. But why is my phone exploding? Oh, Twitter. But I have been talking to a few machinists on campus, and I've been trying to talk to some of the professors that do sculpting and casting and see if I can work with them as well in their shop. Yeah, I'm also part of a lot of blacksmith groups on Facebook, so that way I can network. Networking is a very important tool. That way I can find out when someone's either retiring or has excess gear or can sell me one that's broken, but they don't have time to fix because I will have time to fix it. And being a young smith, I have the advantage of starting fairly young, as opposed to people who are a little bit older than me picking it up. So sometimes I'm quicker on the draw with a little bit of extra disposable income and can get up some stuff. Like with that anvil over there. That was an impulse buy. I saw exactly the price and I was like, yes, I have to have this. Yeah, it was a little pricey, just a little bit, but it was definitely worth the investment. And that's the biggest part of that. I'm even working on getting stuff to sell on the side, like shirts, because some people would just rather have physical merchandise other than knives, because the shirts will be cheaper. But I digress. I do think leaps and heads abound of what I'm actually doing, where I'm actually at. Like getting a logo, getting. Yeah. I've even started trying to figure out what I want for a business card. Just so whenever I go to a barber shop, I can put them in there. I do have a potential market opening to sharpen knives and other such things, like barber clippers and shears. That would be a big investment. It would probably net me a good chunk of change, but it would also eat up a lot of my time because the dog groomers, like, there's enough barbers in the area that if I did one the solid favor, I'd have pretty much all of them coming to me, which would be great, but it would eat into what little time I already have. Because working construction, I already work crazy hours. Sometimes they suck, sometimes they're great, but it eats into my forge time. Usually drains my soul. It's to the point where I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to lay in bed and sleep away the day. There's other times like today where I was like, I don't know if I want to do anything. But I came into the shop. I feel good about it. My shoulder's a little sore, but that's from doing some other training. But yeah, I think most people who work a day job that they don't really care for feel me on that. But that's where we are with Stolpin's Forge. I'm trying to get as much tool and material investments already under wraps and under control, so that way I could feasibly. Yeah. Obviously, if I get the fan base, and I mean by fan base, client base, I could feasibly, in some degree, step away from the construction job to do more simpler jobs that wouldn't eat up as much time, where I could work around the schedule, so I could do more forging. Because the end goal at Stallman's Forge is to become a master of forging, to be a master blacksmith, to have the paper, which I know they still do testing for. Maybe not here in America because we're all wishy-washy artsy fartsies, according to a guild of sorts that will not be named. But I do not disrespect their drive and their passions in the arts. I want to make museum replica quality weapons and armor, and occasionally artsy stuff. So that's where I differ. But that's going to take years of my attempts, failures, and successes. I plan to throw my hammer quite a bit out of frustration at one particular piece or another. So I'm already mentally prepared for teeth grinding failures or standstills. So I got that in my favor at least. But, as they say, you gotta carry on. As my Sith friends would say, if you stop, you die. If you move forward, you can only do that until you stop. And if you stop, keep moving forward again. It's a loop. The motto is not verbatim, but yeah. You stop moving, you stop progressing, you stop growing, you're dead. I mean, that's true about anything in life, I guess. But, yeah, that's all we got here at Stallman's Forge. I'm kind of letting the forge cool down. I'm kind of watching it and make sure everything cools down properly. So, yeah, the summary of that is gotta keep growing, gotta keep progressing, gotta keep investing, which this is a very expensive trade to get into. People keep saying this trade's dead, that you can automate it better. Fuck that. If this thing blew up into a full-on factory like Baltimore Swords and Knives or some other big knife company, there would be a small workshop in the back with my tools, and I would be hand pounding stuff. I'd have a whole factory dedicated to doing machine bullshit that you can buy at a gas station, sure. But those gas station piece of shits would be quality. I would not agree to any slip in quality. Ever. Why compromise that? Some people say it's more feasibly financially, but fuck that. If I can't make you a quality product, why am I making anything? If I can't make you something that you can hold for years and years and years without any other maintenance than oiling it, polishing it, and maybe occasionally leather work if you have a sheath with it, then why did I make it? I plan to, if you got a knife and it fucks up or breaks, send it back to me. I owe you a knife. I didn't owe you something that would snap. Now, if it's been like 50 years down the road, I might just make you a new one. At a smaller percentage, of course, like Zippo, where you can send in old Zippos and pay like a couple cents and they'll fix it. That might be a thing. But no, if I sell you something and 3 months later it snaps in half, no, I owe you a new knife. My word is my bond on that one. And I don't expect a lot to snap. I trust my work. I do. I mean, it's amateurish, it's rough, but I trust my work to be good. I don't let myself revel in my successes, no. I've made a lot of good knives. By a lot, I mean like 6. But those laurels, those leaves in my laurel, are not there for me to keep going off of, no. Those are for me to continue to push forward. It's something to remind myself I can do it. And I can look at my failures and say, not again today. And I'm going to do it. If I fail, throw it in the pile, start again. It's all about the process. But to end this long-winded rant, this is Stallman's Forge, signing off.